PSG leading the break. Gomes looking for the overlap. Alba inside. It's Messi!
Outside, it plays it inside. Great tackle, but oh, he's finished off by Xavi. It's a run from him, but it's Messi. It's Iniesta! And the
After Real Madrid's shocking loss to Rayo Vallecano, Barcelona had huge opportunity to win this match against Osasuna on their home ground and be at the top of the league, top of La Liga. And yes, we indeed did that. Barcelona beats Osasuna 2-1. It wasn't the most fashionable way, it wasn't the best way. But you know what? We will take it because Osasuna at their home ground were definitely a tough side to go against. And we still clutched it off at the end. Real Madrid do have a match against Cadiz later on. So if in case they do win that, they will be able to close the lead for Barcelona by 2 points, which is still all right. We're still going to be table toppers at the end. So it's going to be definitely a big surplus for Barca's mentality, the players' mentality of being table toppers. So yeah, let's discuss about this match. And of course, before I start off this review, I have a special video at the end. So hopefully you guys are going to watch the review till the end and enjoy the review throughout as well as the video. Let's get into it. And let's start off with the starting 11. Marc-André ter Stegen in goal. Our backline: Jordi Alba, Marcos Alonso, Christensen, Alejandro Balde. Midfield 3: Busquets, Pedri, De Jong. And our front 3: Lewandowski, Dembele on the right and Ferran Torres on the left. First half for Barcelona at the beginning was not the best because Barcelona did indeed concede early on against Osasuna, and it was a set piece, a corner, which was quite horrific from our defenders Christensen and Alonso. So the corner was taken on. Alonso was trying to prevent a run from Osasuna player, and while he was trying to do that, Christensen thought that he wouldn't be able to do that, so he provided a backup for Alonso. Now I'm not sure what exactly happened, whether it's like the man pushed Alonso or Christensen pushed Alonso. But what I think is, while Alonso was trying to prevent it, he tripped a bit, but then as Christensen was trying to help him out, he himself also got tripped up while also completely letting Alonso fall, which of course created a distortion in the middle, and David Garcia scored the goal. And Osasuna got the goal, 1-0. It definitely was an annoying start, a very frustrating start for Barcelona, because of course it's not the way like we are supposed to start the match, especially against a side like Osasuna who are very tough at their home ground. And yeah, we conceded early on first half, and throughout in first half it was very neck to neck between Osasuna and Barcelona. Like Osasuna were also having good amount of control like how we were having it. So in this match, Xavi of course went with the midfield centric like he always does, provide the ball to Pedri and De Jong, who would then switch it up towards the flanks like Dembele and Ferran Torres. But in this match, we were not that good. We weren't linking up that well. We were losing possession a couple of times. Our pressing was not that good. The way how Osasuna players were running, the way they were making movements, the way they were transitioning from defense to the attack, they were having a lot of players towards the defense inside the box. So when our players, like Ferran Torres and Dembele used to arrive at there, and when they used to lose possession while trying to do some creativity, it's just the way how they transition so quickly from the defense to the attack, which used to hurt us. And definitely one player who was really questionable, really horrible in first half was Busquets. And yeah, I don't know how did Xavi even think of keeping him in the starting 11, because against Almeria as well, first half was horrible from him. Same goes against Osasuna, and once again he was horrible. Passing was being misplaced. We'll be talking about more later on. So it wasn't a really good performance, and definitely Osasuna were taking that opportunity, and they were just really doing everything well. And one more thing they were doing really good was playing mind games, and that was working on as well. The way they were being annoying, frustrating against Barcelona, just like the way how Rayo Vallecano was being against Real Madrid in their match. So they were just being annoying, very physical, causing just mind games, playing mind games with the Barca players. And definitely it sort of paid them off, because one player who got into that trap was Robert Lewandowski. At around the 31st minute, Lewandowski got sent off. He got his second yellow card after doing a foul over David Garcia. I think probably it's a frustration because David Garcia was doing really good in defense, and he was not allowing Lewandowski that much freedom, that much attack and stuff. So because of that, I think Lewandowski got triggered, did the foul, got sent off, and definitely gave them, what they wanted. They got a player sent off, and especially they knew this tactic would work really good because, of course, the keeper that was aligned, which was Gil Manzano, who, by the way, is one of the worst keepers in La Liga. The way he was booking decisions, he was considering decisions absolutely horrible. It was just so much was against us. Some of it was also against Osasuna, but majority of them was completely against Barcelona, putting yellow cards here and there, left, right, center. Like, my God, this guy was just absolutely horrendous. But you know what? It is what it is. Some referees and apparently the officials, haters, UEFA haters, that's a different topic, right? But yeah, definitely it was a really annoying time for us with, the way how they were playing against us. They were trying to keep control as well as do these mind games. So it was definitely difficult for Barcelona. We were having possession. It wasn't that we were being completely dominated, but we weren't being as dominated as we normally should. So it was like a fair share, between Barcelona and Osasuna, while Osasuna were a little bit more aggressive as well as having control over Barcelona. So yeah, Barcelona couldn't do anything much in first half, and we were just done in first half, trailing 1-0. Now let's talk about the players. So Marc-Andre ter Stegen in first half was all right. Ball distribution was not up to mark as it normally is. Ter Stegen does decent or good ball distribution normally, but in this match he was a little bit slacky, being into pressure from Osasuna a couple of times, and he did some saves. So yeah, it was all right from ter Stegen, not the ter Stegen that we normally know. It was an all-right performance. Jordi Alba, while attacking, he was okay. Defensive-wise also, it wasn't really horrible from him. I think attacking-wise today, he wasn't that effective. Like, his crosses were not being pinpoint. They were being intercepted and stuff. So it wasn't really the best from Jordi Alba. It was all right from Jordi Alba, not the best performance from him in first half. Marcos Alonso was decent in first half. He was defending good. Sometimes he was being shaky. It was like a bit consistency problems. Like, most of the times he was doing good, but sometimes he used to be horrible. Like, in terms of set pieces or in terms of heading and stuff, which normally he is okay at because he's of course a tall player, so he should be good. But sometimes he does horrible in that, and it was all right from him. It was all right from Alonso. Christensen, I would say average performance or a little bit bad because of course the mistake that he omitted, of course, in the first goal. Not omitted, but of course the mistake that he did for the first goal. He just came back from injury, and definitely this mistake, normally players shouldn't do these mistakes, but yeah, coming back from injury, I think it was all right from him. Like, he wasn't that good, to be honest. Defending wise, I think he was okay. I don't think so he was that bad actually. Ball distribution was, I think, pretty much all right. Like, it wasn't anything special like he sometimes does, like, trying to give those line breaking passes, trying to switch up to the flanks at the proper time. It was just like him and Alonso just passing each other, and sometimes he used to pass to Balde, not really something special. So it was an all right comeback from Christensen. Alejandro Balde was decent in first half. He had some runs here and there, trying to link up with Dembele. Defensive wise, he definitely had a bit of time, but I think in terms of being in the tight spaces, the way like how he was evading through it, as always, being brilliant. I absolutely love that thing about him. Like, under pressure, he actually clutches off nicely. So it was good from him. And yeah, I think Alejandro Balde was decent in first half. Nothing really great, but of course not that bad as well. It was a little bit better performance from Balde. Busquets was horrible, and I don't even want to talk about him. Let's just jump into the next player. Pedri was all right. He wasn't again doing some extra work, like in terms of creativity. He was just doing his thing. It was all right from Pedri. He was switching up to the flank sometimes. That was the main thing that he was doing. And yeah, it was all right from Pedri in first half. De Jong was decent in first half. Going high up top, attacking, being involved in the attack, as well as doing some defensive work. He had a bit, problems here and there. Like, he also wasn't the best but he was a bit decent. Like, he was trying to link up, try to go in the attacks and stuff. So yeah, it was all right from De Jong, like decent enough from De Jong, decent performance. Dembele was, I guess, okay. Like, again, crosses not being on point, and dribbling wise also, he was not the best at it. Sometimes he used to get the better, sometimes not. It was just like that type of story. I think mostly, a lot of our attacks were coming from the left hand side. So because of that, Dembele was not there at much times, and he wasn't receiving the ball when he was free at much times. Like, he was getting, but it's like a lot of times he wasn't. So he was getting the times where he was in a bit of sticky situation. But yeah, it was all right from Dembele. Lewandowski got sent off in 38 minutes. So up till that point, he was average. He was okay, Ferran Torres, same thing. Ferran Torres in this match, he did not get much chances. There wasn't much, I guess you could say, creativity from Barcelona, because last match against Almeria, he had chances, left-handed setter. But the thing was, in this match, Osasuna were equally dominant as well, or a little bit more dominant. So because of that, we weren't having much opportunities to send the ball towards, like Ferran Torres and stuff. We did have chances here and there, but again, it wasn't a lot, because Osasuna were doing good in terms of making us lose possession, and then they used to transition themselves from the defense to the attack. So it was a little bit difficulty for Ferran Torres as well. But yeah, he was all right as well. And yeah, just like that, Barcelona were trailing against Osasuna 1-0. And let's start about the second half, which just like in first half, while we didn't have the best start, we had a good start, of course, in the second half, as we bounced back, make it equalizing goal by Pedri. And this one, Jordi Alba on the left hand side gave a cross towards Ferran Torres, and Ferran Torres tried to shoot. Aitor, the Osasuna goalkeeper, saved, and then Pedri was there for the rebound, shot it at the left bottom corner, and made it 1-1 for Barcelona. Definitely good stuff. Pedri arrived at the right time, and it was a really important one, because it is a frustrating match against Osasuna, where they were playing mind games and stuff, like I said. And in this match, getting that equalizing goal would definitely be a lot important for us, and to get an early goal as well, an early equalizing goal, in which maybe it might take us time to create the second goal. So definitely an early equalizing goal was very clutch. And of course, that was the case, because it did take us time to get the second goal, but it did happen. Frenkie de Jong at this time did the job. Gave a beautiful cross from the centre-back position towards our super sub, Rafinha. Rafinha headed it in and made it 2-1 for Barcelona. Clutched off at the end. And yeah, definitely it was a good one from Barcelona. Frenkie de Jong, once again, beautiful cross like he gave to Rafinha, and Rafinha just doing amazing stuff. Amazing header towards the end. And yeah, this half for Barcelona was kind of similar to first half. Only the difference would be that Barcelona were keeping a bit more control in this match than they were doing in the first half. Because in first half, like Barcelona, they were losing possession, they were allowing Osasuna to do attacks. Not that Osasuna were not doing attacks at all in this half, but it's just like we are keeping a more of the ball. And also some players drastically improved in this half. Like Frenkie de Jong drastically improved. The way how he was being versatile, the way he was playing good. In first half he was being like a number 8, going high up top, attacking. Then in second half he played much deeper, and then also during second half he played as a centre back. And the crucial interventions, the crucial interceptions that he did, and everything, importance that Frenkie de Jong gave, absolutely brilliance. Then Busquets also slightly got better in the sense that he provided composure when Gavi came on. So Gavi, Ansu, Rafinha, Chadi Riyad got his debut, he also came on. So when these guys came, what Xavi was thinking was that if Gavi comes on, so we're going to have a midfield three of Pedri, Gavi and de Jong, if Busquets would have got subbed off, which would cause problems, disruptions in the composure of the match. So that was where Busquets came on, where he actually came back to his proper mind and started giving control for Barcelona, having control, composure, which was important, and he indeed did that. And of course, Gavi was, of course, doing his off-ball movements and stuff, off-ball work rate, he's just tackling people, getting the ball, and also doing some very crucial interception as well, and crucial clearances. Really good stuff from Gavi as well. And yeah, definitely second half was kind of similar, but we weren't losing the ball a lot. We were playing throughout the possession. We were having chances here and there, but yeah, of course, unfortunately, we were not the dominant side. But yeah, we will take this win though. I will definitely take this win against Osasuna. Very tough side, and Osasuna as well had their chances. They had a couple of opportunities, really good passes, and again our pressing was not the best. The way they were breaking our lines, the way their players were making the movements, it was good. But yeah, we definitely came out as winners. Not the best match again. I don't like this, but I guess it's luck sometimes. Sometimes you need luck to be the winners, and that definitely we had it this match. And I wouldn't say completely luck as well. I think skill is also there. Frankie de Jong's assist was class. The way how he gave that cross was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, it wasn't completely luck, but a moment of brilliance definitely came from our players. And yeah, just like that, Barcelona wins this match 2-1. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. If you guys did, make sure to like, share, subscribe as always, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace. Forza Barça.
When you get old, there are things where loving them is difficult when you have to leave them or let them go. Emotional there, Gerard Piqué, no doubt. "35 years old, 25 at the club." All of that emotion pouring out at the Spotify Camp Nou tonight. It's been a relationship of a lot of love and passion to play for Barça. And I think that this was the time to give us some space to one another. I think it was time to part ways, and I'm convinced that in the future I will come back here. And I'd like to say to you, most of you know, that I was made a club member the day I was born. I was born here and I will die here. The words there from Gerard Piqué, finishing rightfully so with the famous words, "Visca el Barça." A man who, as mentioned, is retiring at the age of 35, and between his years at La Masia and in the first team, he has spent 25 of those 35 years in the red and blue of FC Barcelona. It's clearly an emotional evening for Barcelona's number 3. After more than 600 appearances, as mentioned, 30 trophies, winning everything that he could have possibly won, with the possible exception, if we're going to find any issues, with the Europa League last season. But he has won everything else in the game: the Champions League, La Liga, the World Cup, the European Championship, the Spanish Cup, the Spanish Super Cup, the European Super Cup. everything you can think of, as now his teammates give him a guard of honor as he heads down the tunnel for the final time at the Spotify Camp Nou. Beautiful, touching moment there for Gerard Piqué.